All right, so in class, we did our first page of notes where we're following ordered operations backwards. So now we have some examples of that. This first one we've got 5t minus 2 equals negative 32. And the way I'm suggesting is that we'll work backwards through PEMDAS as we do that. Similar to the Bofuri drill, backwards to the order of operations. So we're going to deal with any adding or subtracting first, and then deal with multiplication and division. So if I deal with that minus 2 first, I'm going to add 2 to both sides from there. So we're going to have 5t equals negative 32 plus 2, getting closer to 0, negative 30. Now if I divide both sides by 5, t equals negative 6. And that's how we set the roots up. And you can check that. 5 times negative 6 minus 2. 5 times negative 6 is negative 30. Minus 2, negative 32. And it does work. Next one, same idea. So we're going to deal with any adding or subtracting first, then deal with any multiplication and division. So if it's a negative 4 plus, I can either subtract, then it'll work subtract negative 4 from both sides, minus negative 4 from both sides. You can do it that way. But remember that when you subtract a negative, that's the same as adding a positive, because we do keep, change, change. So you keep the 3 the same, change it to a plus, change the sign of the next number. And so we end up then with 7x equals 7. And if I divide both sides by 7 to get x all by itself, to isolate the variable, I end up with x equaling 1. And again, you can check that answer. You can plug it 1 back into the problem. 1. Computer is not liking me, it's not being very cooperative. All right, you can plug that back into the problem and see that negative 4 plus 7 times 1. Let's see what that equals, see if it works out to be 3. So 7 times 1 is 7. And if I add negative 4, it's supposed to be plus 7. There we go. Negative 4 plus 7 does in fact give us 3. That's our answer. So it does work. Okay, while I mess with this pen, I want you to try the next couple of questions. I'm sorry. Nope, I'm going to do one more for you. So I usually prepare with the pen for another minute. I'm going to do one more with you, with fractions here. Same idea. Same idea. I'm going to deal with adding or the subtracting first. Try that again. There we go. Deal with adding or subtracting first. Then I'll deal with that multiplication and division. So I'm going to add 3/4 to both sides. Plus 3/4 to both sides. So I have this y over 8 here. 7/12 plus 3/4, I need to have common denominators. I'm going to use 12 as my common denominator. It's not the only one, but 12 is the least common multiple between 12 and 4. So I did 4 times 3 to get 12. So I did 3 times 3 and get 9. So 7/12 plus 9/12 is going to give me 16/12. Now normally we want to simplify that into a mixed number. I'm going to leave it as an improper fraction. However, I'm going to reduce. Divide both of those by 4, I guess. Divide both of those by 4 and get that y over 8 equals 4/3. I'm going to leave it as it is for now. And that is y over 8. That's y divided by 8. So I'm going to times 8 to both sides. 8 to both sides. When you do that, don't forget, you can take any whole number and change it into a fraction. Putting it over 1, I'm going to multiply. I've got 1y left here. Excuse me. 4 times 8, if I multiply straight across the numerators, straight across the denominators. 4 times 8 is going to give me 32. And 3 times 1 is 3. And 32/3, which does simplify down to be 10 and 2/3. So y is going to equal 10 and 2/3. And we are getting to a point now where most people can't look at that problem and go, oh, obviously, it's 10 and 2/3. You do need to show some work and follow these steps to get that final answer. So now that we've done a few of these, it's not easy, but it's following the same steps. Being very careful and diligent with numbers, reducing, getting common denominators. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of steps, but if you're careful and you're diligent and you go slow, they should work out for you. Try these two on your own. Okay, I'm assuming you tried it, I'm assuming you worked on it on your own. You should have gotten that n equals 15. If you did not get that, make sure you watch the linked video. And for the second one here, you should have gotten 1 half. You should equal 1 half. Watch those linked videos if that's not what you got. I'm going to do one more, and then I'll let you try one more on your own. I have an even bigger problem. Lots of things to do here. The first thing we can do is try and make each side simpler. If I look at negative 15, that's already as simple as it can get. It's just negative 15. But if I look at the left side, I can try and simplify that a little bit further. I can combine 8x's plus 5x's and get 13x's minus 21 equals negative 15. Okay, so now that I have that, that's not 2.1, that's just a big giant 21. Okay, now that I have that, now I can deal with my adding or subtracting first. Since it's 13x minus 21, I'm going to add 21 to both sides. I'm going to get 13x left over here. I've not dealt with that 13 yet. Negative 15 plus 21. If it's 15 below, it gets 21 degrees warmer. So it's going up 21 degrees from there. I'm going to have 6 degrees above 0 for that one. And so it was 15 below. If it went up 15 degrees, it'd be 0. And then if it went up another 6 from there, I'd be up 6 degrees, so it would be 21. So now we divide both sides by 15. Okay, so I'm sick and I'm want to double check on mental math. 21 minus 15. Yeah, that's going to be 6. Okay, sorry, I had to double check myself. So I divide both sides by 6, or by 13, and I get this 6 divided by 13 thing. Don't get this into a decimal. Why make life harder for yourself? That is not going to be a friendly decimal. Your answer, you're done. The answer is 6/13. When you divide by 13, you've got a fraction. Fractions are answers. As long as it's reduced, you're good. You're done. You're good. The final answer is x equals 6/13. Try this out on your own. It's tricky. It's going to take some really careful thought about how parentheses work. But you can try it and come up with the answer. I'm assuming you tried it. I'm assuming you did it on your own. Remember the answer. Y equals negative 2. If you did not get y equals negative 2, watch the linked videos.